Welcome back to the BMX Podcast. In this episode, we'll be trying to create the best rider of all time. I'll do this by taking one attribute from any pro, that could be their gait, track speed, corners, anything, and making a new racer from those attributes. I can only use one attribute per racer, and I'll be doing this trying to just create the best racer I can. There are 10 categories: the gait snap, acceleration, track speed, jumping, manualing, corners, defense, offense, resume, and longevity. Picking the gait snap is tough. Sylvian, Joris, Romain, Isaac, Nick, or Cam Larson all have a great start. Anyone here can beat anyone else on a given day, but only one has had historically the strongest gaits, and that's Nick Long. Nick is now retired, but at his prime he simply wouldn't lose out of the gate. He was quick, strong, and efficient, and could always win a race that way. He almost won the 2016 Olympics that way. Moving on to acceleration, I only really see a few choices. Cam Larson once again, Nick Keeman, or Brody Cole. Cam Larson is simply just fast. If he doesn't win to a 30-foot line, there's a good chance he still wins into turn 1 simply off of his acceleration. Nick Keeman is a sleeper pick. Most people don't really think about his acceleration because it's more so that his track speed is just so good. But he really struggles out of the gate and is still often able to outpower the other riders to pull ahead. Finally is Brody Cole. It's hard to believe that a rookie pro who isn't even winning yet may have the best acceleration. Just look at his first race from Grands last year though. He just gets ahead very easily. Of all these options, I unfortunately say it's not Cam Larson. Nick and Cole just have too much. While I do think Cole has the ability to be the fastest in the future, as of now I don't think his acceleration stacks up to Nick's, so I'll be taking Nick Keeman's acceleration. So now we have Nick Long's gaits and Nick Keeman's acceleration. Now we move on to track speed. This is tough because determining a rider's track speed can't just rely on who wins to a certain point like the 30-foot line. Because of this, it's pretty tough to be confident in my pick, but I'm still going to go with Simon Marquardt. I feel like Simon doesn't get his flowers as a racer enough. 2022 world champion, 2-time Olympian, perennial main event / podium racer. He doesn't always win out of the gate, he doesn't always block a move or clear a hill, but when it comes to just getting around the track with power every time, he's one of the best. Category 4 is jumping, and I don't have a great idea of this one. Romain, Kai, and Sylvian are the other ones who come to mind. I'll choose Romain for jumping because I want Sylvian's manuals, which is the next category. Sylvian's manuals are some of the cleanest and most beneficial for any pro. In fact, he got third at the World Championships off a risky dough manual, which boosted him in front of Carlos Ramirez. Sylvian's manuals and Romain's jumps are both top of the line and are very beneficial attributes to give to our rider. Category 6 is corners, and there's only 2 options to even talk about: Drew Polk and Carlos Ramirez. Drew Polk is a rookie pro who's been known for the past few years as the move maker. Many were doubtful that his corner skill would be enough when he decided to go pro, but even then his corners proved to be top of the line. Carlos Ramirez isn't as flashy as Drew. He doesn't do a move every race, but he has some of the best track positioning and track IQ of any rider. If I had to choose one though, I'd still go with Polk. On-screen and stuff is notable moves, and there simply is nobody better than him. So up to this point, we have Nick Long's gaits, Nick Keeman's acceleration, Simon Marquardt's track speed, Romain's jumping, Sylvian's manuals, and now we have Drew Polk's corners. 7th category is defense. There isn't a specific rider out of the remaining ones who jumps out as great on defense. I'll choose Connor Fields just because he's always a racer who shows a lot of heart when being challenged and doesn't let himself get past nearly at all. Obviously, this is choosing Connor as prime because he's been retired for a few years. Next is offense, and I'll choose Carlos Ramirez for this. Offense is very similar to turns, as most of the defensive moves he can make occur in a turn. But even if Polk was still available for this category, I'd still choose Carlos. He will intelligently put himself into a position to exploit any mistake you make, and he won't go down easily. His nickname is the Little Magician for a reason. The second to last category is resume, and there's no debate here at all. Joris has the best resume. 3-time Olympian, 1-time gold medalist, 4-time world champion, 3 second places and 5 thirds. World junior champion twice, World Cup champion once with 2 seconds. For a sport that's only been around since the 70s, Joris has already built up a resume that seems very hard to beat in the future, and undoubtedly has not been beat or matched up until this point. Moving on to our last category, longevity. Currently we have Nick Long's gaits, Nick Keeman's acceleration, Simon Marquardt's track speed, Romain's jumps, Sylvian's manuals, Drew Polk's corners, Connor Fields' defense, Carlos Ramirez's offense, Joris' resume, and now longevity. This is tough because most of the riders who would even have an argument for longevity are already taken. Corbin Shaw and Alfredo Campo are my only picks. Corbin's been racing for nearly 2 decades and is still somewhat strong in the pro scene. Alfredo Campo seems to be in the middle of his prime now, and he's only a year younger than Corbin. I feel like Corbin should be the obvious pick here, but he's not really winning a lot, and he's not as old as he seems. What's the point of longevity if you aren't winning or doing good at all? Can you even call that longevity? And Campo, of similar age, is doing much better now. As much as I want to pick Corey Rock, he simply isn't good enough nowadays for me to say his longevity is anything special. Yours is older than him and is still on top of the world, in fact. I have to pick Alfredo Campo. That's my list. Let me know what you think and if there's any riders I didn't include. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.